Concepts are always interesting because they allow the organisation to stretch itself, and this concept is no exception. As a brand, we've already stretched to hybrid. We've already announced that we're moving towards an electric vehicle, an electric sedan that's coming in the midterm. And then really the question is, so what? So what's next? And this sports car is basically about exploring what we think is next, I guess from really 2 or 3 perspectives. I mean, the first and obvious perspective is introducing the technology of range extender. So you've got the EV, which allows you, very great performance, but can you do that in a way that then is interesting to people that are limited by range? And the technical challenge of being able to switch between electric and petrol driven. So there's an interesting concept there. This concept also allows us to think about the next level of design language for the company, for Infiniti. So it allows us to stretch about what direction do we think we're going beyond the cars that we've already shown as concept cars. So, for example, making the car more seductive, more energizing in the way that it's pulled together, and really defines what Infiniti will be next generation. Well, Infiniti, as an entity, likes to stretch itself. So, I mean, one of the key challenges for us is when we lay this out to the engineers and designers is what that level of stretch is, and this is no exception. I think really one of the key things that we challenge the organisation to look at is this new technology of range extender. So how can you have a sports car, and electric sports cars by themselves are rare beasts. But how can you take this sports car concept and make it have a social conscience? So, the electric car, the gasoline engine, the two have to work in harmony, but they still have to deliver an experience which is Infiniti. And it still has to feel like an Infiniti. And that's something we've never done before with this particular powertrain combination. So that's really one very clear task that we have to draw out of this concept. The other is really around this styling. I mean, it's about stretching beyond the concepts that we've already shown. We've shown the world essence, we've shown the world etheria, but what comes beyond that? What's the design language that will prevail for Infiniti at the next generation? Well, the short answer is Geneva Motor Show. And I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to present the car at Geneva. But we'll also have some time between now and then to update a little bit about the story, tell a little bit more about the tales behind the development, and then of course at the show you'll be able to judge for yourself whether we've achieved what we want to achieve. But I believe that we'll have a very compelling story about how one executes an extended range EV on the one hand, and also what our design language is going to look like beyond etheria, beyond essence. So in short, Geneva Motor Show.